Good morning, Americans.
You like movies about gladiators?
You gotta have boots.
Who just said so? Did you hear that?
I heard something. Yeah. I had my mic turned all the way down.
All rise, order in the court. It is time for We Got a Case. And look at that. Judge Manning just staring at me like that. It's kind of awkward.
I feel like she's sitting beside like a really sun-filled window.
Yeah, did she go to Five Below and get a ring light for $10?
Oh, or it could be that, maybe. I don't know. I felt like we just needed to see her for a minute because, we're not going to go to her courtroom, but we're here. We get to see her, but we don't get to see her do her TPOs anymore, which is it's a complete and utter crime.
Maybe another judge is doing them, though. I mean, when you look at how busy she is in some of those nighttime ones when it just filled the screen with 50 people.
See, everybody says that at some point, it's like seeing a UFO. They had saw that she had wrote in the chat one time that she was going to in-person TPOs. So
well, I got to say, in person would be a whole lot easier with those cases.
Oh, God, yeah.
Kind of understand that.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
can you imagine the amount of people that don't show up now? People couldn't even make it to Zoom.
Right?
Can't even make it through the door?
Come on. Bed.
Not going to happen. Exactly. Not going to happen. But
anyways, so we got something else. We got another protection order today.
Yeah, thanks to our good friend Kay. She was able to get me the pieces I needed of this case, and I was able to hammer and forge it together to give us a complete experience. These two young ladies, both, I'm guessing, from Jamaica. I'm guessing they met in Jamaica. They are former lovers. One of them has a conspiracy theory about the other, which is very strange. There's going to be a lot of really quick, weird things that are said that the judge will not speak on, will not stop and say, what did you just say? But we will. I can assure you, we will catch every little weird thing that's said and done in this case, and we'll do it like only we can, because it's Jamaican Me Crazy Day here in court. Whoa, I can't help that.
RLS, good luck with that. Tornadoes, I think about the only thing that scares the living crap out of me when it comes to the weather.
That and hurricanes, not my favorite two things.
Yeah, but hurricanes, you can prepare. We can get ready. We know they're coming.
I know.
Even a hurricane at night. Think about tornado outbreaks at night is absolutely frightening. Amazon girl getting her going. I do miss Judge Manning a lot, but there's a lot of old courtrooms we used to be in that I miss a lot. But at least we keep finding some good ones and
keep digging up a few bodies here and there that we can use.
Speaking of bodies, Gary.
Gary's here.
Barb, looks like the whole crew's here, Mikey. I think we can start.
Gary, where are you?
Well, he's right there. So yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into it.
You could state your full name, please.
Lauren Kenya Nadine Pottinger.
All right. And
what a name.
How do you know the respondent in this case?
I knew her from meeting her in Jamaica in 2020.
All right. And at some point, did you begin to live together?
Yes, we were together.
And when was that?
We lived together from last year, June, until November of last year.
All right. And at some point, you needed or felt you needed to apply for a protective order. Tell me why you applied for this protective order.
Thank you, Kay.
Thank you.
So I will be listing a bunch of events, starting from the event that happened on November 20, 2022, where she was arrested for battery family violence. That case number is 22013385, where she accused me of the impossible, working with the government and working with people I possibly could not have worked with. threatened me with different objects, including a camera stand and a guitar. I had to hide all the knives in the house in order
she
for
the
her to
honky
not
tonk
try to
man?
kill me. And my roommate at the time, who is listed as the witness on that case, Kamaya Young, had to call the officers and they escorted her away. 3 days after that, the police escorted her back to the house to get her things. In that event, she stole multiple items that belonged to me, but most importantly, my phone. Right now, I'm referencing the
Just slightly moldy, maybe. How about this girl up here? 20R up here, just texting away.
Yeah. Judge Guy lets this, and it does say guy, not gay. Judge Guy just lets whatever go, it seems like, during this. She is so timid. She does not say a word. So there's our first conspiracy theory, Creed. She believes her ex-girlfriend worked for the government.
I like that.
And the government had sent her basically to infiltrate this woman in every way possible.
Oh.
And she got hit by a guitar, which is very honky tonk man, Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, didn't see that one coming. But this smug look up here.
She looks like she's 8 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
She does look like she'd hit her head if she stood up in that small kitchen.
evidence that I submitted. So this is on page 2. And now moving on to page 3. After that
Right, so hold
event,
on
I
one
had
second.
emailed her.
Hold on 1 second. Miss Broom, if you could put up petitioner's evidence number 1.
Wow, we came with evidence? What?
Hey, watch out. By the way, we'll be covering some evidence today, literally covering it, just some of it, not all of it, especially that stuff you can't
All right,
read.
what is this that we're looking at?
This is a document that I found in my Google Draft that Recollect had written up herself. I emailed that to her in hopes that she would realize that what she's doing, hopefully come to some type of awareness.
Okay,
that
wait a
she
second.
is
I don't
going
think
through
this
a
is
manic.
one.
Rose, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I can't read any of that. It's way too small of type.
Yes.
Need to. We're gonna get a idea. I hope
She's giving us a summation of what's going on.
that's good enough for me.
You were just, this isn't what you were just referencing. If petitioner's evidence number 1, Miss Broom.
Oh, look at that.
The second slide, please.
Fancy.
Okay, what is
Yes.
this thing?
This was from the event.
Oh, this is her YouTube picture, like Ragu Monkey with shirtless.
Shirtless,
You know,
just
I know.
looking her best.
On November 20, 2022, where that scar came from her slamming my head on the floor.
All right, and then I believe you referenced another piece
Seen
of
nothing.
evidence.
Yes, on the next page, number 3,
Okay, we'll say there's a scar.
was when I emailed her the documents that you saw previously. It was a document that she wrote up after being medicated for 6 months. I sent that to her in hopes of her realizing that she is going through a manic episode. I thought it would help her, but
Okay, a manic episode like I'm gonna have because Michael just came in and dropped 20 on it. There it is. Michael, thank you.
Much appreciated, Michael. All right, so the tall, statuesque, green-haired lady has
Yes.
been on medications now for several months, it would appear, and she was only trying to help her out, man. Say, look at this crazy shit you sent me while you were, off
Having
the hook.
Having an alleged manic episode.
Simply
it apparently didn't, because she then responded, "Why did you send this to me?" So I can understand context. I have not been responding to any of these emails. And she then further went on to say, "I think you need to work on yourself and your mental health. You're stooping real low, and it lets me know that you actually deserve to get your ass beat. It's okay, I'll forgive your disrespect for myself. You'll see me and regret all the childish actions. I think you probably need to get medication since you can't handle life on your efforts." And she also emailed, "Do me a favor and never email me again." And then on December 7th, she responded once again saying, "I do apologize for putting my hands on you. Hope you're doing better." And I also listed on this page that she was medicated at the Cleveland Clinic Center for Behavioral Health.
All right, Ms. Brim, you can take that down. All right, go ahead with your testimony.
So moving on after.
Real quick, I just want to point out, no matter what any of that said, it kind of comes in as proof as that she was treated for mental health or behavioral health. I forget what they just said, but either way, it's pretty good evidence because it kind of puts it in your head that, okay, well.
And once we hear from the statuesque green-haired Dennis Rodman female impersonator, you will know what she's saying is true pretty quickly.
Okay. All right. I like that. Spoiler alert.
After that, she then created a fake Instagram account, and this is also in the evidence. I created a fake Instagram account to comment on my page, boring, blah. Hope school ain't too hard these days, working with the government. She thinks I'm working with the government, planning some elaborate scheme against her, something I possibly couldn't do. I'm 24 years old. And after that, I thought everything was over between November, and this started in April 26, 2023. In between then, I moved from that location where the incident happened, and I also began my master's, so I've not been focusing on her at all. So,
all right, so let me interrupt you for a moment. Between November and
she's going to school with my wife, who's going for her master's right now. I'll have to ask her.
Educated lady, so you know, nothing to scoff at. She's highly educated.
I'm sorry, I thought both of them were a little older, mid-20s. I'm bad with that. Thank God I'm not a Cardi working that scale and guessing your age, because it wouldn't go well.
April of 2023, did you hear from her?
No, I did not hear from her.
Okay. And then what happened in April?
On April 26th was when she first created that fake account to comment on my page. And then on April 28th, I got a notification in my email about an activation lock requesting password on my iPhone 7 that was stolen. And then on Find My iPhone, I noticed that the phone was moving around in many different locations. I saw that it went to a mall in Lithonia, Stonecrest, and it was nearby a phone repair store. So in that moment, I called the 2 phone repair stores in that mall and asked them if they have seen anyone come in with an iPhone 7. One of them.
They'd remember that because
I would think so. Donna Luce.
Even
$10.
I have I think a 10, and I'm way behind.
Thank you,
Donna. Thank you. So now we're accusing her of stealing our cell phone and lurking around. I wonder if that's it in her hand.
Oh, that'd be great if it was. Past 10 memberships.
Thank you, pass.
Oh, that'd be funny if that is. Does that look like an iPhone 7? I don't know what they look like.
I don't know what it would look like. It looks like a phone, though. And she's
does.
she's making it front and center.
A black girl with green hair did come in to get the iPhone unlocked, and they sent her away because they don't do that. And the other one said that, no, they didn't see her, but if they do see her, they will take the phone and give me a call so that I can come pick up my phone. But they didn't give me a call, so I assumed that she didn't go into the second store. And then on page 6 of the evidence, just to prove further that
a road worker in her house.
Phone, she tweeted, "Yep, clean out her accounts," and then she also said,
"The visibility is good of the road worker." Michael, another $20. You guys are incredible. Thank you for being so nice to us.
Very ironically, she said when she went to the phone place and asked them who had been in there with her phone, they said it was a black lady with green hair.
Yes. And an iPhone 7. Surely you can remember that. 7.
Interesting. Could be her.
I got the phone Kenya left me with, and it's getting opened by Metro. I did not leave any phone with her. She stole that phone.
A quick correction. 10 months a member, not 10 memberships.
And then on April 28th, sorry.
Me too.
On her Twitter, in the evidence I've seen, I'm not familiar with what the subject matter of the tweet is. However, she did post a picture of an Indian man holding my iPhone 7 in the store. So that's further confirmed that is my phone that she has and was trying to unlock. And then on May 16, 2023, she created a fake Twitter profile titled Recollect Simmons, Recollect S, and posted my new address and also saying, I don't know if you know, but there were cameras in the house. And when you made those plans in that house, I'm taking you to court. I have no idea what she's referring to, in which house, not sure. She posted my address, and she had also posted my mother's work address in Jamaica, and also posted my new email. I have no idea how she got my new address, no clue. However, I reported those tweets, and Twitter did find a violation. And as you can see in the furthest to the right screenshot, Twitter recommended that I reach out to the law enforcement. So I did. And the case number for that is 2302567, and it was filed by Officer Cormier, badge number 395. And
Well, she is thorough.
Furthermore, on
She's
May
got
27,
receipts and a half.
2023, Recollect tweeted, somebody tell Kenya who I am, which is my middle name. I have her mom bank account info before I get effed up. And on that page, you can also see screenshots from my mother's phone of her sending her a picture of my mother's bank statements. And
actually, 2 grills, just a
Yeah, I
small
saw
one down in the
this-
corner too.
Yeah, that's for intimate nights. Putting your fireplace.
I noticed that roommate, boyfriend, who knows? Yeah, didn't even like this is just another day, I guess. Is she going outside to smoke, you think?
I don't think so. I have seen some of this video, and I could swear at some point she points to that person walking through the house and says, they're trespassing. They're not even supposed to be here. I swear to God, I think that's what she says. We'll get to that part.
also
I can swear.
threatened her by saying, and I quote, "Excuse me, but your daughter is stalking me. I don't want her, and I have your personal information. If you really want to go there, she has tried, and I will have her arrested. Also, if she tried to dare file a restraining order against me and any report she went out her way to steal my belongings, I will have her arrested and deported. I have more of your information, and hers, so you decide." She then went on to say, "You may not know much about me, but I do have connections, and I will make sure she gets kicked out of school and deported. So understand that as a woman, I cared for, but I will fuck you both up in the same ways you're trying me and more, because you don't know who you're actually dealing with." She went on to say, "So fix it about restraining orders. Look here, lady, don't get me cross, okay? Because right now I hate you and my mother on the same level. So just know you are all liabilities to me, and I will get you fired from your job and be homeless."
There's another red flag, hating your mother as much as you hate your ex-lover.
She don't like her moms.
I just wanted to pause it for just a second so we're not flying all around with 20R.
I just don't know why the judge doesn't say something like, sit down. What are you doing walking around? Have a seat. Anything.
Stop.
If you think I don't have connections, play it safe since you want to call me and make threats. My mother did call her, but it was to call her as any caring mother to tell her to leave me alone and to also ask her if she's taking her medications. She does or is supposed to be taking lithium. And then on the furthest right picture in the evidence, just to make sure it's all confirmed, the number that was sent to my mother is Recollect's number. I had deleted all chats I had with Recollect, so I didn't have any pictures of that. However, I was in a group chat with her where she was the administrator. So you can see circled in that red circle, her number associated with her name. And then finally, on May 30, I got another notification that my phone was seen again on Find My iPhone. And at that location was the same location that I gave in as a respondent's address. So that's how I know that she does have my phone and somehow has my mother's bank information and my address. And that's all I have to say.
Okay. Has she done what you've testified to? Has this placed you in fear?
Yes, it has placed me in fear, and also my current roommate is in fear. So I had to leave that house where the address that she posted online. I had to leave there, and I'm at a different location right now.
Hide
All right.
now.
Is there anything else at this time you wish to add?
I just would like to be left alone, really and truly. And I don't think it will happen unless she gets medical help.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Very quickly, I just want to mark this one down so that we can start playing this before anybody that's going to go to court for a protection order and do what she did. Straight to the point. I mean, had some evidence. It flowed. This is how it's supposed to be,
Clear
right?
and
This is how it
concise.
is.
This is what she did. This is what she did.
Thank you. Ms. Simmons, you've heard the testimony today of Ms. Pottinger. You can go ahead and unmute yourself. You were previously sworn in, so you can go ahead with your testimony.
Hello.
Hey.
Yes. So basically I get to counter speak on the things that she has stated, right?
That's correct.
Okay, ma'am. So I speak a little different than her. I'm an artist. I didn't go to school. So
She's an
I
artist.
wasn't aware. I got my, the sheriff came to the house yesterday. So it's not like I knew all of this, like how she have everything planned out with her lies and everything. So I can just state to you what I can go off of from now, from what she just said a while ago.
Okay.
And then I can also go off from you to like give you clear statements on the lies or whatever. As I seen her sharing the screen, I saw her sharing the screen. So she already have everything written out or whatever. So as this whole thing went on, she said she deleted every message between me and her. When the breakup happened, she put my stuff outside. I had one night to go grab my stuff with the police there. I grabbed my stuff, and this was the agenda from the whole time because we know each other from Jamaica. I've always had my own place. I've always had my own things. You get me? We got into an argument on a night. She went out and came back flustered. She looked like she was smoking, maybe doing coke, crack. I'm not sure. She was kind of wired.
Jeez.
She went to a lounge that night.
Okay. Cocaine.
She said with a guy. We were dating. We were supposed to like get married that month or whatever. She comes home that night and things got weird between us. She starts talking about me and my mental health, and I'm telling her, you're doing drugs. So it was a back and forth. Mind you, lithium, even the dosage of lithium I take is for acute bipolar. Lithium is not like something for schizophrenia that makes me just go out my mind and just accuse somebody of working with the government. And when I say government, I meant the police because I got robbed at gunpoint the other day. And when I got robbed at gunpoint, my phone that was in my room, which I think this one right here.
Slow it down, 20R.
She's on a roll, bro.
I have two phones. This is my iPhone 12 Pro, maybe 14. I don't know. This is the big one, right? And then on this phone is the small one. I went out one night because things were getting weird with my roommate. I went no contact after our breakup. I don't know if because I went no contact and I was actually doing good, she's been jealous or something, because I don't check to see what she does. As you heard, and she stated that she emailed me. And when she emailed me, my response was, why are you?
Everything okay, Creed? Creed, are you okay? Are you okay, Credence? Credence, are you okay? You bring up the big one, and that happens. Quick recap. She went out. She thinks she was messing around with a man. She thinks she was doing the cocaine or the crack.
Cocaine.
One of those.
Down to the ground, cocaine.
She was held up at gun pew point. That's kind of our recap. And she says she didn't work with the government. She works with the police.
That's kind of a rare one right there. A Creed frame in the middle of the afternoon doing court, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Because, you know,
We did.
get better. I'm waiting. I got this little thing up here. You guys don't see it, but I've got a little thing that shows me.
Creed's got that little thing right now. By the way,
pegged at one.
he's pegging it. Please do us a favor, like this video so that we can have less of those.
I hate to say it, I might have to go
Poop.
plug in. No, I might need to go plug into another one. It's still pegged at just one dot, Mike.
One dot. He's pulling a Mikey right now. Congratulations. 11 months membership for Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea, hope you're feeling well. I know you were under the weather slightly.
I think we're back. All right,
Okay.
I think we're good. I think we're
All right,
good.
let's go.
Let me know if it starts glitching anything that I don't notice. All right.
mental health if I already have a restraining order. There's no reason, because they told me at the court not to reach out to her, for her not to reach out to me. She's saying that I wrote up something from the hospital, which I never did. From Cleveland. People started threatening me, people that I didn't know, because we're new in this town, telling me like, oh, you should go back to Cleveland. The only person in this town that I know that know I'm from Cleveland is this girl. So when I reached out to her, this is the whole thing too. When the cop came yesterday, I do want to state to you that my situation is, at the end of this, I'm kind of going a little further right now as I'm speaking in the middle. I want to also get the TPO on her, because all the evidence that she's trying to put against me is the fact that she's actually the one stalking me. This is where it gets weird. And then she blames it on my mental health. But I have no reason to care for this girl. She's saying, oh, she's only 24. But like, that's a grown age in America. I don't know if she understands this. I'm not sure. So she's an immigrant. I'm an American citizen. I never had a record. There's no point of me just going out my way to do all this to her when my suitors and people that are interested in me and that I'm interested in are millionaires with money. I don't need to be with a broke college student.
Oh,
Burn.
Bionic elbow right in the face. Multi-millionaires are after this
Yes.
woman. Cleveland rocks.
Okay, so she hangs out with just millionaires because she's an artiste.
They want her. They need her.
Don't
They
need
gotta
your
have her.
broke ass college student. Is she a lot older, or because she threw out the 24 again?
I don't know, but for her to be she made it sound like she's from America, but I can't place that American accent. She's smacking us with
My suitors.
To be honest, to be stalking her, I don't care. I've been moving on with my life. And every time I do, somebody is telling me I had to file a police report against a boy in this house. And people think we're sisters because she's the only person I was seen with in this town. And he tells me on the top, I know your sister. And but days before that, I got set up. I got robbed at gunpoint. The boy stole my phone. I have an investigation downtown. I have investigations in DCAB. Like, this is all with this girl. So now she's done all these things, and then she's hiding again, and she's playing victim. Now, for me, I tried to leave the situation alone and keep moving on, but for some reason, she wants revenge as to, I don't know, maybe because I've realized I'm the prize or whatever, and I don't care. So these allegations of me stalking her makes no sense. I had to go out my way. Do you know how I found her address? I found her address because when my phone was robbed, I spent the whole day walking. I don't drive, ma'am. I spent the whole day walking in Atlanta barefoot after being robbed at gunpoint. I have two phones. One
All right, so they didn't get her. Just say they saw her phone. It was an iPhone 7. They said, "I'm not robbing you of those. The shoes are good enough. I just give them to me." That's out.
And then I spent the next day, madam, just walking around town barefoot in Atlanta. She got some tough feet.
After being robbed. Thank you, Flusher. We just robbed you of 2 bones.
You'll never get it back.
So sorry. Yeah, she's surprised.
of them never leave the house because it wasn't on at the time. There was no service. When I got back home, which was, let's say it was a day or a day later, because I literally walked the whole of Atlanta barefoot after being robbed at gunpoint. I have a sexual assault case against this boy currently.
What?
When I got home, this phone was missing. So
when she says this boy, is she referring to like the the road worker that was there earlier, or somebody that lives in the same house as her?
I don't know. Why didn't she go home and get another pair of shoes before she started walking all over Atlanta? Didn't she
I
call
mean-
someone $1 million friends to help her out?
Right? I mean, we just need and I was waiting for her to say that she's rich and barefoot and pregnant. I'm not understanding this boy, and I'm not understanding what any of the robbing at Pew Pew Point, the fact that she's barefoot in Atlanta, what does that have to do with our girl down here? Is
I
my
think
question.
she was trying to say maybe she had sent the person to do it or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
She's made accusations that maybe that she had her phone after it was stolen.
Yeah, she was just saying. I think she's a little cray. By the way, she does not strike me as somebody that's out smoking crack and getting people to jump somebody in Atlanta.
No, she does not. She seems like she's got it all together, to be honest.
Raggle Monkey, ladies and gentlemen.
For running for city council.
Please do. He needs to. He knows the point. Do they know him there at the council chambers? I tell you.
I told the facilitator before, I went out my way. I don't drive. Yes, I am diagnosed as disabled, Social Security, whatever, but that don't make me less incompetent to have a mind.
What?
But she tends to want to use this as a situation for something. Like she says, I'm saying that, oh, it's the government, but I look at the police as the government because it's the government. My judges got robbed at gunpoint. No police is trying to help me in town. I just got raped, all this stuff. The boy that stole my phone, I had to get a police report against the boy in this house because by the time I got my phone back from the police, because I made a whole report, I went back to the guy who robbed me's house with the police, and he gives me my phones back. But all of a sudden, the phone that never leaves the house is in his possession.
So she has a house phone that's actually a mobile cell phone
that never leaves the house, but he had that as well. And she struck on real quick too. She is disabled. So there's that.
Something tells me you didn't record in there, right?
I think you need to bring us in as special investigative informants on that one.
That's right.
So I live in Lithonia. Do you know how far Walker Street, Peter Street, which she goes to all the time? This boy lives on that street. That night, I wasn't sure it was Peter Street because I'm not aware of Atlanta. I live in Lithonia. So she's saying she has my address. She has my address because she had my phone with those boys. Now, how I can tell you how she got my address. Now, she's saying that she used Find My iPhone. She used Find My iPhone because she connected her email to this phone, which I have screenshots of. That's what I'm saying. I didn't have all my evidence like in a folder or whatever. But do you want me to like figure out a way to share the screen to show you proof that she's actually hacked my emails and went into my phone? Because that's the only way she could be signed in because it was never signed.
How do you prove that? That somebody got into your phone? I mean, if they're logged in on their own stuff all the way through the phone, anybody could have done that. That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh boy. And she's gonna be able to go in, show us in her emails that she had been in there. I mean, did she write one that said, "Hey, look at me, I'm in your emails"? I don't know.
Am I right in saying that so far a girl down here in the bottom, there's really no proof?
Did somebody she lived with the one who assaulted her too? She kept talking about the boy in this house. The boy I went to his house and got the phone from. The boy.
And she did say that one of the boys does live in that house. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of, it's all alleged things against her, which is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, terrible things have happened to her, but I don't see anything. But again, Creed, remember, she's got that conspiracy theory that this lady is in conjunction with the government, aka the police.
Yeah, which could be the police, because she just said that because she said that's the government.
Before, after I get robbed, my phones are missing. Come back, both of her emails are in my phone. So that's how I got her information, her mother's information, because now.
Oh, she Creed framing? Oh, she's fixing it. Hold on, it'll fix itself.
It's still.
You look fine though.
Yeah,
you look good.
2 bars. Thank you. I I did my makeup today.
Phones because I got the police involved. I don't know if the boy thought I was not going to come back to his house because he had a gun at my head, but I did. So
Why would you do that?
That's evidence I want to see if I can show you, just so you clear.
So,
Okay.
in
What
the
did she do?
chat, if you will,
Are we missing? Seriously, are we missing a part of this, or are we just? Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not overlooking something, because I'm kind of really on her side down below.
Conspiracy.
let me ask Miss Broom, will you put your email in the chat so that she can email the evidence to you?
Okay, that would be nice. Thank you.
Why didn't she send us in ahead of time?
Ain't nobody got time for that, loud. Yes, she does. Your eyes are not deceiving you.
You're on mute, ma'am.
And it's a good green, so I'm thinking she had that professionally done. It does look good.
So yeah, should I continue?
Yes, continue.
So as I was
Fluorescent
speaking to
green
the
is
facilitator, that's
good
what
green.
his name is. He told me, he was like, yeah, that's why he understands, because it's like at this point it's antagonizing. And I said, yes, that's where I'm going with it, because after the breakup, as you keep telling, she's telling you I reached out to her, but she literally admitted that she sent me an email first. As you can hear how I speak, I wasn't immediately when I was responding, I wasn't gonna just have like a paragraph written to just respond back once. So I responded to her a few times because we usually text. So
great. She sends one message at a time, one sentence.
And then she wants to say I attacked her. We got into a fight. It's not my fault if we got into a fight and I defended myself. So I'm not like a trained artist, but I used to date a capoeira artist, so I know how to defend myself. So if somebody gets in a fight with me, 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna lose. And that's not
a what kind of artist?
She capoeira. It's like a Jamaican dance fighting. I don't know if you've ever seen it. And Bob's Burger did an episode about it one time.
Really?
Yes.
I don't.
Capoeira.
Okay, I've seen it.
Tina goes down there and she's like, and then Bob shits himself.
Fantastic.
Because I attacked her. So I was very confused when the police came and she's saying whatever. She had to leave that house because at some point, I think that girl figured out that everything she had set up to get her was a lie and maybe told her she had to go.
Gots to go.
So that's why I said to her in the message, hey, there was cameras in that house and there's evidence of the plans that you are making against me. Never said nothing about the government or whatever, just letting her know. As she said to you now, she came in that night or she comes home and she had to hide all the knives. Why, and then she deleted all the messages. If your last thing to me was you went out, you're going to go on a whatever with the lounge, somebody's trying to help you stay in the country. That's what she told me. She met some man that told her he could help her stay in the country. She comes back and say she comes back in the house. Why all of a sudden would she know to hide the knives if I never did nothing to her? Like there's no communication, nothing. So she's telling you these things and she set this whole thing up. Not sure. As you can see, she's saying she's only 24. I just turned 29. I mean, I'm still in my 20s. I'm still learning and I didn't go to college. So I don't.
Okay, she's still in her 20s.
That is supposed to aid in. This guy behind me in the back, they all know each other. So she's typing. So this is somebody I also had to file the police report on because I live in a pack split. Yeah. I live in a pack split. I filed a police report on him. I filed a police report on the other boy. The other boy is the one who told me in front of the police he knows my sister, speaking of her.
Holy crap.
Now,
she pointed at the guy. She said, see this guy back here? He's one of the ones I got I went to the police about. He's like, don't put me on there. She's got police reports against everybody she's living with.
And just called him out. Like we're not even pussyfooting around there. But we're legit calling him out, pointing at him.
See, I wasn't wrong. She did say the people in her house had police reports on them. Okay.
I got arrested for being at a gas station one night because I had nowhere to go. Because she's been setting this whole thing up in April to ruin my birthday. Because when we broke up, I left and enjoyed myself. in my life. So I'm smart enough to know when somebody is trying to pull a revenge on me, but I'm not the enemy here. So,
and since she want to put me to bullshit, she be out here acting crazy.
Okay,
cool. And doing crazy things.
This
Sir,
is
not to the
Sir, I
same.
can't.
This is
Sir,
cool.
I can't hear from you right now.
All right, hey, I give him credit. He's right. He didn't say nothing while he's sitting there, right? Until
Yeah,
she
he's
told
just
him to
minding
go.
his own business, making a damn bowl of cereal or something. He was trying to get in and out, and
Cooking
then
up
she
some cereal.
she started calling him out right there, and he's like, "You know what? Yeah." He come in as a casual witness. All of a sudden,
Good for him. But hey, at least the judge shot one thing down during this so far.
yeah, she everything else has been running amok, but
That was the master plan. She planned for months to make sure that she ruined her birthday.
if nothing else.
So that's the one I had a police report on. He's a drunk.
Creed, I know that's upsetting to you, and Creed hates it when somebody gets called out as a drunk, because at one time Creed was a drunk. Allegedly. We're going to take a quick second, and that's when you like the like button. You hit it, you push it, and you do that kind of thing, and then this comes on. I can't believe she called that guy out. She said he was a drunk. She had taken the law to this guy. Where did Creed go? We just got Bartles. Oh, here he comes. You know, we're having she's putting it all out there about these guys, really letting it all hang out. She is something.
My God. No sense. I just went and I did a couple of pluggy poos. We'll see if that helps or
That's
not.
a technical term, by the way, if you're asking.
Yeah. That's how technical we get around here. All right, let's try this again.
Now she's sitting in the chat and she knows him and she's telling you all these things. Now, I had to mark down a while ago when she said that we lived together since March, not June. We started living together since March. So I don't know how you can go from just remembering June when we started living together end of February, March that year, okay? So that's a lie that she's trying to state and then tried to make it like, okay, we just started living together in June. She hid the knives. Why would you hide the knives in the house if there was no, mind you, she never tell you a story of her coming home and me attacking her and I did this. She already knew to just hide some knives and we get into this random fights. Miss, I have left this woman alone. And the reason why I even reached out to her lately is because her mother called me, threatening me, talk about, you better make sure. And I only have her address and her information because she signed into this phone right now. That's probably a 7 like the one that she had. She signed into this phone. Like I said, I'm going to send you the information. And when she found out that I actually had to sign into it, she started signing out. So now they say signed out. But I made sure I got all the information while I was signed in. I made sure I got proof and screenshots of her actually, like my Instagram was hacked. I was in jail all of a sudden. My roommates were still in my paintings because my paintings were ruined right now. And all the sorts.
What?
And I have reports on them. And so when I reached out to her, I got her address because her information is in her emails that she signed into this phone.
This is getting off the rails. Bigfoot, thank you for the $1 hair.
All of a sudden, I was in jail. I don't know how I got there. All of a sudden, poof, there I was in jail. People stealing my paintings.
And how about her,
nothing?
Calling her out for maybe allegedly having an iPhone 7 also?
And being able to get into her emails. Once again, Bigfoot, thank you for your patronage.
She keeps saying that she has proof, screenshots, everything else. We've heard nothing.
So that's why I asked the facilitator today. I said, how did she get my address? And she's telling this lie about this phone being the iPhone, her old phone, which when we broke up, she said she deleted the messages. I told her, I sent her a message in the messages. And I said to her, and I'm wondering if I emailed it to her instead, because she only wants to remember what she wants to remember. I told her, in your stuff, I have your phone, the one that is a 7. That's like mine. I told her. She gets the message because obviously she's replying it to you. So for her to make up this whole thing, no, I say I stole her phone, don't make sense. Mind you now, she says she called the man them and they said a girl with pink hair came in. That is a lie. My hair just turned green. My hair was pink or red. And the phone I brought into the store was
turned green. Keep that.
Pool accident.
Now I think Judge appreciates this. I think
Judge is watching her stories and waiting for her to get over so she can then make a judgment.
I don't know. Judge has stepped in one time. That is it so far. Letting a lot slide, but to each his own. Every courtroom is different. Every judge is different.
I woke up, my hair was green.
It just turned green. I mean, it was pink or red, and then it just turned green.
But for some reason, I come home now, my door is knocked off the hammer and whatever. Because when we broke up, my suitors, you know, this is Atlanta. The man them that want me are millionaires, way richer man than her. Mind you, I haven't dated anybody, but I mean, I would be jealous too if I broke up with somebody and then they're gonna just start dating rich men and we were in a lesbian relationship. So now she's just doing all of this.
She plays both teams.
I'm confused because she's saying, oh, my hair was pink. The girl is stalking me, ma'am. And all I want for myself is for her to leave me alone and then stop playing the victim. Because then this is why we got into this fight that night. I don't like people attacking me. And then when I fight back, they play the victim and say, throw sticks and hide their hands and say, oh, I didn't do nothing. I'm just a college student in school. I'm an artist on the come up. My last single has over 500,000-600,000 streams now and going. Why would I risk my career?
She's also a SoundCloud rapper out of ATL, I guess, as well.
I mean, when she said artist, I figured she was an artiste, which she is, but she's also multi-talented. Look, she's multisexual and multi-talented. That's it.
Or whatever on this girl as a 29-year-old artist.
There it is. Still in her
29.
20s, though.
29.
Right.
Hanging on.
She's really like 32, right? Because girls always take a few years off, I just heard. Same with the old notches on the bedpost, too.
Mm-hmm.
That is a painter that is actually doing good. And then the whole fight is because she wanted to do an art show with a girl that we met. And when I met the woman, I told her, we met the woman and the woman tells us about the show. The woman meets us, she starts following us, she communicates with us back and forth. She invites us to do a show, but it's like very last minute. I tell Kenya, or Lauren, I know her as Kenya, I tell Kenya, I don't want to do this show because everything that woman told us the day we met her, now that she's curated this show around everything that I'm about since she's met us, and I don't want to be a part of this show. I gave her an ultimatum. I said, I don't want to do this. But as my partner, because we're supposed to get married, ma'am, as my partner, it would be nice if you wouldn't do something that is basically plagiarized of all of my hard work and everything that I am. Everything that I study, everything that I am, everything that I'm doing is me. So I find that personal. If when I met you, you gave me one situation, now you're trying to curate a show around the idea I gave you. That's what I asked of her. We got into a thing that night because we started talking about these things. So I'm confused when she says she hides the knife because I'm just a manic person. Like we are always on the internet. I'm not even gonna say like a TikTok. We're not those type of people. There's no real there's no signs of me ever
almost
whatever.
They were gonna get married in November, I thought she said.
This close, Creed. And then they both found men.
Then they were gone in November. Deborah, I'm guessing she's talking about an art show, like curating an art show with paintings and such.
You sure it wasn't January, February, March, April, May? Maybe it was. We'll go with that, though.
Every time something has happened, she has put me in a situation and then she throws sticks and hides her hand. And before I used to believe it, this is the third time it's happened. Before I used to believe it and say, you know what? Maybe she's right. I'm going to go to the hospital, whatever. You get me? Like
what?
Somebody
whatever
wrong or doesn't want to get help or whatever, wouldn't go to the hospitals, wouldn't get their medication, wouldn't stay in tune with their doctors. Every time I actually do what my family say, whatever. This time, I'm literally, is her still talk about, I take lithium and I do this and whatever. Lithium is not that big of a medication. That's like the biggest, I'm an artist. I've had
Excuse me. Lithium's a pretty big deal to be on. No,
yeah, I think that's pretty serious.
That really knocks you out.
They don't really
thought-
just give it to everybody. I mean, everybody that needs it, maybe, but that's a lot.
I don't think you just play off taking lithium like it's just
Especially for an extended period of time.
my God. Subaru. Thank you, pleasure.
Colleges that cost $10,000 an hour. Like my life, like nothing about me is
What?
where I'm trying to do is small. Lithium is not actors take lithium. Like everybody, you get what I'm saying? Like lithium.
What
Hold
is
on.
10 that? What did she say?
She's seen psychologists that cost $10,000 an hour. For real? That's what she just said. No, that can't be right.
I say whatever ever to that as well.
$10,000.
Lithium is not something that would make me irrational to not make sense for her to make that as a claim as to me needing this help or whatever. Like everything about me, I know. You get me? I don't drive. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't do nothing that I don't do. I eat healthy. I do my thing and I've been staying far away. So when she said that my hair, when she called the man them and the hair was green, I went back because from the moment I went into that store, as I'm trying to help you curate that, this girl set me up.
I think the way that she said it is just like almost like she was just dropping a couple of leaves, each day.
Yeah.
It's like it's no big deal,
Just grabbed them at the local store. Over the counter lithium. No big
10K
deal.
an hour. Could you imagine?
As of
10K.
recently, which is why I reached out to her in April because she ruined my birthday. I got raped, and then all of a sudden I end up in jail. And then when I come back, this boy tells the police that he knows my sister. I have no family members in town. And if you see us in person, people think we're twins because we have the same body type, we're the same height, we're both Jamaican, skin color close to each other, whatever. So when he says you knew my sister and all of this is happening, and then she was signed in all of a sudden in my phones, I don't know if she just didn't have time to sign out because I literally
don't
brought
see
the
it.
police back to that boy's house.
That boy.
So, when the police came yesterday, I'm like, at this point, I would like to file it back. And I told the solicitor today too, because I want to take it further than this, than just her just like, oh, file. Like if you gave me my 12-month thing, fine, but I don't need a class. It's just the extra parts of it that she's going out her way to inconvenience me to be funny because she knows I don't drive. She knows I don't whatever. So for me to go out my way to go to a class every day, whatever. But the only thing I have been focused on is my music and the things I do. I don't have time to worry about this girl. I wouldn't.
Sounds like she does a lot of worrying about this girl. Legendary Mary likes turtles. 20 bows.
This girl, that boy. If anybody can find her music, I will feature it in an upcoming members only. I would love to hear it.
Mary, thank you so much. Well, I'll take a deep breath. We're almost to the end of this thing. We won't hopefully ever have to see her again. I'll take a moment and say, are you kind of shocked that she says they look like twins? Both got the same body type.
They do not look anything alike.
I didn't think that either, but
at all.
All right, big deal.
Allegedly. That shit crazy.
Have her address if her email address wasn't in my phone. So even the way I have her address is copied and pasted off of me seeing her email in her list. It's not because I randomly got her address because I'm stuck.
Okay, let me interrupt you for one moment. Let's take a break while you send the screenshot that you wanted to send to the clerk's office. So it's in the.
My thing is with the screenshots, I have a lot. So it's like they said this could be a whole day process. Can I get off of Zoom, curate it, and then come back? Like that's what I'm trying to.
No, today's the hearing. So if there's something that you need me to see, just.
Hey, can I share my screen?
No.
How do we do this then?
They're gonna send you the link in the chat.
And it's in the chat, Judge.
Okay, it's in the chat, she says. So we're gonna take a brief break and you're gonna email to that chat what you want the clerk to introduce into evidence.
Okay. And then
something tells me that's not going to go so well, but I could be completely wrong. Michael, that's number 3 today, by the way, for 20s. For those of you keeping track, look at you. I'll give you another 20 hallelujahs. Or
Triple header, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
one more last thing, because I've told you, like I filed a police report.
She said that she has millionaire friends. That's what she said.
Yeah, of course.
Allegedly.
Against one boy here, that's the one that told me he knows her personally. Mind you, ma'am, when I was in jail, he sent a message to his phone, and I have papers that said I didn't get out of jail until the 22nd. So for my phones to have been robbed from me, stolen, her signed into my accounts, and then all of a sudden there's messages being sent and there's clear proof that I was not out in the open and my belongings were stolen. It's clear as day that this girl was a part of it.
Okay, so when were you released from jail?
On the 22nd or the 23rd, I have those papers too.
Okay,
Let's blame it on Dan.
all right.
Dan Fisher had something to do
Go
with it,
ahead
I'm
and
sure.
send in the chat what you want the clerk to introduce.
Okay.
Ms. Simmons,
Lady Lotus,
Yeah.
thank you. 5
picture of the email that's in the chat, the email address, so you can have it.
By
So
the
let-
way,
I
I
won't,
let this
move you until
roll
you let
for
me
her
know
doing this just because there's so many things we hear her saying in the background. Lady Lotus, thank you.
okay. All right.
You'll hear her making comments and
Oh, I
all
love
kinds of
that.
good stuff.
Okay. I'm ready.
What do you think of Judge Guy? Do you
Simmons?
think you like her or what?
So far, no complaints. She could have.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, were you able to?
She could have jumped in a little bit, but we see that with everybody. We complain about that a lot, right?
Each their own. Everybody's got their own style.
She's supposedly sending some over. I don't think that there's going to be any proof to anything, but it is court. Everybody gets their chance, I guess.
Send what you needed us to
Yeah,
see?
I'm literally in the middle of the email right now. What I was about to do, I don't know. Can you see me? My camera on?
No.
Okay. What I was literally doing now was taking pictures of the fact that I actually did get arrested after like the gunpoint situation, that I was in jail.
She got arrested from being robbed.
Yeah. How does? Well, remember, she showed up out of nowhere in jail, so there's that. No, I agree with you guys in the chat. That's my only complaint is that we hear there are a lot of judges, even ones that aren't really super proactive with getting people shut down. They will at least kind of reset things and remind you while we're here. A lot of this, again, all the craziness that she's thrown out, all these things that allegedly happened to her, and again, terrible if they did. I'm not downplaying that, but I'm saying I don't understand the direct relation to her down here just because she supposedly got into her email or something. That's the super confusing part. And I wish that Judge Guy would have at least tried to clarify a little bit of that.
Rein her in just a little bit because she did.
Yeah.
We had to listen to like a million things to try and get one thing.
Right. And you said this in the beginning too, is that
Oh, yeah.
kind of wished that she would have stepped in and asked a few questions here and there because again, I don't think that it would have all kind of collated together, but we'll see. We got proof coming though.
To send you like all the facts of like the fact that she was in possession of my phones and that they did go missing from my room, because there's messages to people on my phone on the day of my birthday, and I spent my birthday in jail. So I just really want you to understand how frustrated I am with this girl doing these things and then hiding her hand, claiming that she wants to TPO on me when it's really me who should be doing it on her.
Can I ask you, what day were you arrested?
Let's say I got arrested on the night of the 18th. Because it was yes. And here's the whole kicker. I have 2 papers. I was supposed to be, mind you, ma'am, this is gonna be a big case when I do file against her and I'm adding her into it. The day of, let's say I got arrested on the 18th, the next day I wake up, the judge tells me I can actually leave on the 19th, the day before my birthday. So I get my paper that I can leave before the day of my birthday, which was the 19th. The police kept me there for 3 more days and tortured me for no reason, had me in a cell with no food, everything. Mind you, I told you I'm an artist, so it like stakes are high right now, signing deals. I just had signed a deal. So it's like a lot of conspiracy, which I don't want to get into because this is music business. But
so your testimony then is that you were in custody from May 18th until 23rd?
And my release was supposed to be on the 19th. So when I come out, and she didn't expect I don't know if she thought like, this is the second time being bothered with this girl. I've been arrested and I don't have a file. So none of the things I'm saying is, even if, let's say it's not the truth, it's not out the park for me to be like, who else in this city that I know? And then all of a sudden her is signed into my accounts. I mean, she had my physical phone, could have been a part of this, for me to actually reach out to her on the 26th. my birthday is 4/20, ma'am. And then give her address on Twitter.
My birthday's
and
for
say,
Johnny,
hey,
ma'am.
Mind you, I didn't call her, message her on Twitter and say, hey, this or that or whatever. I messaged her on Twitter and I said, hey, listen, leave me alone. And I have proof. I didn't get her on Twitter. This is not a stalking situation. So that's why I'm trying to see, should I take those? Because that's what I was doing. I already have this.
Just send us what you have. I don't need that. Your testimony alone was sufficient.
Larry,
Or
I'm
20,
sending it to
baby.
him right now. So yes, basically, I'm just a bit frustrated.
Why does she keep cutting herself off and on? Understood.
You've gone on mute again.
Oh yeah, so basically, I was basically in the sexual assault situation with the boy that did me at gunpoint, that stole my phone, that basically she was a part of because she signed into my phones. And as she just told you, it was a new email. Her new emails. How would I know her new emails? I don't drive. I live in Lithonia. I don't go anywhere.
You don't have to drive anywhere to see what an email is.
And then, ma'am, I tried to go to the hospitals. I think I'm pregnant. You get me? God. I don't get no help. I just got abused, grabbed at gunpoint, all this situation. So none of this is like funny to me when she comes on here and then is trying to do this. And I'm 24 and I'm in college. Like she needs to get deported. I don't understand what is the issue.
Wow. Okay. Madam Clerk, have you received the email?
Wow.
Yeah, I just received something back. I don't know what that means.
No, Judge.
Look at Judge's face. Oh, God.
What did you receive back?
Okay, so I received something. It says your message to CL Blue. Is it CLB Broom, right?
CLBROOME.
Oh, okay. I sent
to the wrong place, baby.
I might have sent I might have added too many B's. It's only one B, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's in the chat.
All right. I sent the email, but I just have to
Okay.
Let me see if it'll happen. I put too many B's in the email. Jesus Christ. All right, I'm gonna resend it now. It shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. I was just looking for the papers before. All right, I'm gonna resend it to the new email, forward it. Okay, can you just spell it out? CLBROOME.
Yes, ma'am, at DeKalbCountyGA.gov.
DeKalb County.
I don't know why we can't copy and paste it out of the chat.
Sorry, I just wasn't prepared for all of this and the lies. The cop just came to wake me up out my sleep yesterday. So I'm just a little flustered and annoyed. And I go to sleep late because I work late.
I'm an artist.
This court case is taking up a lot of my day.
Oh, I'm signing deals, baby.
Oh, man, he is entitled, huh? Not you, Dog Squad Mom. Laser.
I like that she. Did you know the guy that had her at Pew Pew Point that stole her 2 phones was also the person that did the.
Hello, Miss. Did you get it?
Essay
on her? Now, please.
Also, Miss, the judge, as we speak, mind you, this is my room. I make really big paintings. The roommates in this, like, mind you, everything was good all of a sudden. Another thing was, I also was getting married to somebody else. So I don't know if she found out that I like just clean cut, moved on, didn't care. And then all of a sudden, weird things started happening around that time. I don't know. She's in denial. That's why the fight happened that night. I think I told her she's a pathological liar and she needs to work on herself. But this is how big my paintings were. Something like this can't be a lie that it went missing and was stolen. You get me? I had another one on this side that was stolen and damaged. All of a sudden, the roommates, I'm in jail. I come back, Miss. Look at the outside of my doors. They have damaged them. Like that's kicked off. Mind you, she's on the internet tweeting things because
and again, keep in mind she's trying to blame this all on this one down here.
Yeah,
maybe all the other people that are
other people that are so pissed off at you right now that you've had to call the law on them and you're calling them out during live streams may have done these things.
Maybe,
maybe.
I mean, I'm not even sure. Like the boy roommate. I'm not even sure like what she was blaming him for, but it wasn't anything good.
And but she's accusing everybody of everything. By the way, her paintings were on the wall. What, you paint them on the wall? I mean, I hope she's get her deposit back because there was definitely damage.
When I bought my food, that same guy that before me, she knows him. That's why he came in the frame, like they know each other. So that's why look at my door. This is my door handle. I came home, my door handle was kicked off. And mind you, she's supposed to be like this private person. And she tweeted, "Oh, I left my yogurt on the kitchen." Mind you, this is when I saw that she's filing a restraining order against me. She's like, "Oh, I left my yogurt on the kitchen table," because she thinks that I'm like watching her, which I'm not. The reason why I even found it to be like, okay, let me find her Twitter is because it was getting out of hand now. And I called the police about, I probably had like 10 reports.
Okay, just one moment. Ms. Broom, go ahead and put up the email that you received, the evidence that you received.
Right before we get to this, what will be legendary evidence, I am sure.
I like turtles.
I will say another hallelujah to legendary Mayor Mary likes turtles. $20.
And if you see us covering some presentations, it's so that YouTube will not bother us about sharing things like emails and phone numbers and things like that she's about to share.
By the way, that's a YouTube video that we're watching, and it's still,
yeah, it got taken down. We're going to watch it from somewhere else.
Yes, ma'am.
So after this, okay, cool. After this, I want to possibly file a PTO on her, or I'm not sure.
That's a separate matter. You can do that on your own.
Okay, do I sue her also?
It's a bunch of nothing.
I cannot give you legal advice.
It's a
You can
bunch
speak
of
to an attorney
nothing.
as to your options.
very quickly, I just want to tell you that you're looking at it. There's a screenshot. It's Google has the name, has a Gmail address, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a bunch of absolute nothing.
Kieran says, "Boys, check your PP."
I'm on it.
Reeled in a big one this week. Oh,
Mm.
we were fishing, but I'm ready.
Biggins.
So your job today is just to see if you want to go through with her TPO?
That's correct. That is my only job today. Okay, next.
I have one more question. So if to file my own, because she has my address, because she's obviously stalking me. To file my own, would I have to, how do I get her address to get her served?
So you would contact the Women's Resource.
I just showed an address on a map, and they're just going by that, just so you know.
Yeah, like I said, this is a bunch of information that'll get you thrown off of YouTube very quickly for community guidelines.
Because I mean, right below it, how fitting, service@paypal.com. Email.
Center, and they will assist you. If you'll go onto the magistrate court website, there is a link for TPOs, and it'll walk you through what to do.
Okay, because this situation seems to be a case for me, so I'm trying to figure out if this is the end of the case, that's the actual case, or this is like a part of the case, because it's being prolonged, and this girl's lying on me, and now she keeps antagonizing me.
Okay. How dare she? You know, she wins 9 out of 10 fights.
What is showing right now is it shows a couple of Gmail accounts, and it says it's a recovery email for this account. If you don't recognize this account, remove it. And then a Google Morning, it comes up a new sign in on Apple iPhone 14 Pro, again with a Gmail address.
Oh my goodness.
So basically, those are the information. That's her email. So when I showed you the first one before, you can see they were signed in. Then she realized, oh, she must know. So she gets my message from me on Twitter. She hurries up and signs out. So now these information, I didn't get it because I'm looking for her. I got it because it's literally, ma'am, in my cell phone. This is her information because I'm seeing her emails. Now you can also see my emails going to her emails. While I was in jail, my accounts were hacked. So I don't know. I know she's saying she's 24, whatever. I do think she has some issues that's like deep rooted, because I did start going to school for psychology. I don't know. Like I feel like, you know, so she's
going to school for
psychology, leave her alone, but she obviously keeps stalking me. And then for her to do this, because now
obviously keep stalking.
By the way, Kieran off 20 bones.
20 bones. Kieran off. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, I do.
Again, just scrolling through. Yeah, there is some emails. I guess. I mean, I can see. I believe that one of them might be the bottom girl's email, but
I'm messaging her in the open
Yeah.
to tell her to leave me alone. She get her mother to call me, threaten me. It's been a thing for a while now, so I'm very confused.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sending us that. And I've heard sufficient testimony. And Ms. Pottinger, did you have any last words you wish to add?
Yes. I do not know anybody that she is staying with. I don't even know how they look.
Okay.
I don't know anybody.
Anything else?
Those screenshots clearly show that she has access to my emails, which is how I am wondering how she found my new email that I made
There
this
you
year.
agree.
I
Okay.
have no idea how she got access to any of that. And as you can see that she's talking all over the place, and it's
again, very quickly, I just want to point out. So 20R is trying to say that she hacked into her phone. But I mean, it can be the other way around, like she just pointed out. I mean, it's not proof. I'm sorry.
She's in my account, ma'am. That's my new email address. I don't know how she got it.
really not making any sense. So I just want to ensure that this is clear that everything that she's
I've
talking
heard
about,
sufficient
I
testimony. Thank you.
have no idea what she's saying.
Okay. I've heard sufficient testimony from everyone. At this time, I am going to issue a 12-month protective order. It'll be in effect from June 6th of 2023 until June 5th, 2024. Obviously, there's to be no contact from the respondent to the petitioner in her home or workplace. The respondent is not to come within 100 yards of the petitioner, and to have no contact directly or indirectly, which means no social media, text message, emails, or having anyone else or any other entity, AI or anything, do that on your account.
AI?
There will be a class component, and you'll meet with the compliance officer today, who is present here. And your
My question is, why is this being issued if everything I just said made sense that she's the one actually stalking me? So why is it still filed against me and not her going to the classes when you have sufficient? And then she's saying I'm not making sense, but everything I'm saying is valid fact. And this is how I speak. As you can tell, she's lying. So I'm confused now as the judge. Why? Is this like this for my safety? Because if that was the case, then I would be able to file the TPO against her.
That's a bold statement from her after all of that nonsense.
Judge, you done messed up, just like Kev did. Kev sent us 20 bones and the PP. Thank you.
Today is the day of 20s. I appreciate
it. It's raining
it.
$20 bills, y'all.
Is it because of 20R? Is that why?
Maybe. Good luck. She's green.
I think that she thinks that that's all fact, and that
she thought she'd won. I guarantee she thought she won.
Not only interrupt the judge, but also tell her she's obviously wrong and obviously crazy and obviously knows that bottom girl is
You're
lying.
an idiot, Judge.
It clearly states.
I'm done hearing testimony, and I've told you how you can file for a protective order. And at this time, the petitioner is excused and the respondent will meet with the compliance officer. Thank you all.
Boom. That's it.
How about at the end, how like Judge Guy is so to the point, and boom, really quick with that judgment, shuts her down and has exactly what to say, and bye.
I think the judge would have been fine ending like 20 minutes ago.
Absolutely.
She'd already made up her mind when she started just spewing all this garbage, and then to bring in her roommates and saying the roommates were in cahoots with her ex-girlfriend. And now she says she's run on to another person she was going to get married to. She thinks she's pregnant. She's been pulled at pew-pew point. She's been SA'd by someone, the same person that stole her 2 phones, and she went to his house, and then the cops arrested her.
I don't see how any of this comes back to the other lady.
Then she was tortured for 3 days, and her birthday is on 4/20.
Keep in mind, she was tortured while in jail.
Yeah,
she was.
Standard procedure, Creed.
What a case that was. I like Judge Guy. Could have been shut down a little earlier, but again, you want to give her a chance, I guess. And
what?
The Island Lovins Express. Amazon girl, Gary, They call me Rose, Michael, Donna, Michael, Flusha, Bigfoot, Flusha, Legendary Mayor, Mary likes turtles, Mega Millions, Michael, Lady Lotus, Legendary Mayor, Mary likes turtles, Kiernov, Flusha, Kev. Thank you guys so much. Ha! I need a drink after that. Listen, if we didn't have the chase coming up, I might actually have one.
What a crazy week we've had. I mean, I mentioned one crazy case after another for like the last several cases.
We're on a good run. There's no doubt about that.
Now, you might not like the hallelujahs. You might not like me and Creed stopping and talking, but damn it, nobody's got better content than us. Nobody. Or as many subscribers. We're probably low man on totem pole. But that's all right.
And
we love our little family.
That's right.
They're the best. See you guys back here at 4:05, Creed, for Thirsty Thursday. And man, melon alert, hot chick alert, and 15-time a DUI arrest alert. All that and more. Hope to see you there. Top Guys out.
Do you want me to back it up? You can hear more of her talk again. Is that what you want?
Oh, I'll hear her talking all night in my sleep tonight.